How you doing, everybody? How you doing, Miss Trey?
Hello and happy Hood Conservative.
That's right. That's right. Miss Trey looking all nice and pretty today. Even with
Man,
the, I like it. I'm liking the ball cap today.
it's a whiskey jam. They paying me for the
Right, right,
promo. So everybody
right.
check out Whiskey Jam.
I jam mine every day right here. I keep it right close. I keep it right close. You never know when you might need a little nip.
I used to wear the True Social Truth hat, and I used to wear the MAGA hat, and now I'm getting paid to wear Whiskey Jam.
See, I need a gig like that where I get paid to drink whiskey. I could do that. I could work that job.
Well, I'm not running. I mean, I'm not drinking because, the Great World Race, November 15th through the 21st, 7 marathons in 7 days on 7 continents. So right now
No shit.
so I have to be in South Africa on the 12th because we fly from South Africa. We start the race in Antarctica. So
What?
yeah, I'm real skinny right now.
Well, hell, you run 7 marathons in 7 days on 7 continents, and you're already skinny.
Well, you got to train for it. That's
Well,
not
damn,
something you
you're gonna
can
look
force.
like this pin when you get back.
I'm already like that pin.
You're
I
gonna
have
need some meat on your bones to run all that damn
It'll
miles.
come back. Thanksgiving is right after that. I'm gonna eat everything.
Well, hell, you got 7 chances to win one.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
what I'm
it's
talking
it's
about. You
it's
better win at least one of
literally.
them, girl.
Oh, I'm gonna look. I know I'll get through 5. My mind is gonna get me through the other 2. So I've been
Well, there
trying.
you
I've
go.
been training for 8 months
Damn,
for it. So
that's a lot of damn running in
it's a
seven
lot of
days.
run. Mind over matter. Mind over matter.
That's it. That's it.
Your mind tells your body what to do. So.
Right, right. Good
We want
Lord,
to
have
thank you
mercy.
all for joining us on the Hood Conservative. Laverne Spicer, as you all know, is very busy right now with the onslaught of the perhaps removing of all of the SNAP benefits for, I guess it's 40 million people, could be more, whomever.
Right.
Laverne is on, she's on the iceberg tip of that, being that Miami has the most amount of seniors on SNAP benefits. And, people are already anticipating not being able to have food. And Laverne, with the longest running, largest food bank in the state of Florida,
Hmm.
everybody's ascending upon her, and benefits have not even been revoked yet. So we'll see what happens. Shout out Laverne. Keep up the good fight. 5,000 people a month is a lot of people to feed. If you haven't
Yep.
supported Curly's House, support Curly's House.
Yep. CurleysHouseFoodBank.com. It's right there at the bottom. You should be able to see it right there on the screen. CurleysHouseFoodBank.com. There you go. Right
So
there.
Laverne was supposed to be on MSNBC with Katie Couric today. And Katie Couric
Yeah.
didn't want to go up against Laverne Spicer. So she canceled.
Which is that just means Katie ain't as stupid as she looks. But
You don't want to go up
we
against
all know she
Laverne.
really is. But
Hey, Greg and Bruno.
yep. Yeah, that's my boy right there. That's my right hand man. That's actually Bruno is actually my producer. He's
Okay.
he's my G.
Oh,
Okay,
that's awesome.
yeah, Laverne has her G, which is a G. Roll that clip.
Right. Right.
That, well, Bruno is my version of her G.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he's
That's
he's he's
awesome.
my he's my producer, and he's good. Not that G ain't. Don't get me wrong, G. But he's good. He's good too.
Well,
So
G,
thanks for
roll on
showing up,
into a
Bruno.
clip. Roll
Huh?
on into a clip, G.
Yeah, roll on, brother. Surprise us.
Boom.
Oh, I know this dumbass.
I
I
think
don't know if he's
everybody has
always
had
done.
enough.
True.
And it's like Charlie Kirk said. It's true. Charlie Kirk hated me. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Kirk despised me. He did not like me. And I didn't like him. I didn't like him for 1 second that he was alive. That's absolutely true. But you know what else is true? 2 days before Charlie Kirk died, he started to agree with me, not you. 2 days before he died, Charlie Kirk said, they are leaving me with no choice. He said, I'm going to bring Tucker Carlson to AmFest, and I'm going to bring Candace Owens too. He said, because they are leaving me no choice. And I would bet you a lot of money that if Charlie Kirk lived a little bit longer, he would have brought me to Turning Point as well. Because that's the direction it was going in. That's the direction it had been trending in for years. He was emboldened. Charlie Kirk let Tucker come to SAS over the summer. He got nothing but pushback and attacked by Josh Hammer himself. Hammer leaves that part out. He was brutal to Charlie Kirk, as was Bill Ackman, as were all the others. So much so that it turned Charlie against them. And in his final days, Charlie said, you know what? F them. I'm bringing Tucker back, and I'm going to bring Candace Owens too. How long before the Groypers would have been there?
Well,
I can't argue with that.
I can't argue with them either. I can't argue. And actually, the second half of that video is actually more powerful than the first. So, G, bring it back and roll it.
Yeah, because Nick does some. Go ahead. Yeah, I'll wait until it's done.
Why don't you and Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin and Laura Loomer, you unlikable, despicable pieces of shit, why don't you get the fuck out of America and go to Israel, which we all know you love so much? Do us all a favor. Otherwise, you better get on board. Because whether you like it or not, this country is done. We're
Like I said, I'm not a real big Nick Fuentes fan, and sometimes he spews a lot of bullshit and some hate in there. But there are times also that I'll sit and listen to him and go, you know, that motherfucker makes sense. And this is one of those times where that motherfucker
Hey,
makes sense.
Silver Bell. Yes.
That's my silver bell. Looks
He
like
wasn't done. He wasn't done. G, bring
Yeah.
it back. Finish it out.
And my whole crew's here. That's Silver Bell's my co-host.
We're done with the Jewish oligarchy. We are done with the slavish surrender to Israel, the wars, the foreign aid, the policing of anti-Semitism, the Holocaust, religion, and propaganda. You know it. I know it. The young people in this country, the next generation, God bless them. On the left and the right, they know that you are full of shit. They're finished with the lies, with the humiliation rituals, insulting our intelligence, the derision and the contempt that you hold us in. Everyone knows it. And you know as well as anybody that in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, there's only going to be more Nick Fuenteses. There's only going to be more Groypers. Your vice president, J.D. Vance, even he knows he has to pander to us. Even he at Turning Point USA had to pander to us and answer questions about Palantir and Miriam Adelson and whether Trump obeys Israel, because that's the way this country is going. So, Josh Hammer, Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro, Loomer, you better get the fuck on board with America and Americans and our new vision, which is America first. And if you don't like it, leave. If you don't like it, you can go home. Fortunately, you have spent decades murdering and killing and massacring and raping to make an oasis for yourself in the desert. You can go there. But what I like about my interview with Tucker Carlson is this proves we don't actually need their permission. They can squeal and they can scream like they are. Hammer and Clavin, all of these, they are despicable. The way they sound. You hear Mark Levin, he can barely contain himself. He's shaking with anger. Nick Fuentes, he's like Adolf Hitler. These are the most unlikable people that you can imagine. On a personal level, they're just despicable. And what Tucker demonstrated on Monday is that you don't need to listen to these people. Tune them out, turn them off, take the volume dial and turn it all the way down. We're not listening anymore. We don't care. Your book about Western civilization and Israel, we don't care. We're not reading it. You're bitching, you're whining, you're squealing about anti-Semitism. Nobody's listening anymore. Nobody cares. Nobody's watching. We've tuned you out. We know what you are. You don't care about us. You don't care about this country. You don't respect this place. You don't respect our ancestors, and you don't even worship our God. So why would we listen to you for one more second? We don't need your permission to have these conversations. We don't need your permission to talk to each other. We don't need your permission to put America first.
There you have it. We don't need anybody's permission to put America first.
Damn right.
And that is the moral of the story.
Damn right.
That is the moral of the story. You know, and everybody is past, you know, what we were supposed to be, you know, two-stepping with after October 7th. Catastrophes happen everywhere. So, you know, America
this
first.
time I'm on his side.
She had anti-Trump folks fired from the administration. You know, Laura is probably one of the most bitter so-called conservatives that exist. And I will say she actually harbors a lot of hate. And so no matter, as you say, you know, she brings facts and truth, and she got anti-Trump people fired from the White House. That gets tainted by her anger, her bitterness, and her hatred. And so just like Nick Fuentes can say some hateful things, we all say hateful things. Let's stop playing Miss Goody Two-Shoe, you know, holier than thou. Fuck that shit. We all say fucked up shit. We've all said racist shit.
I do it all the time.
Everybody trying to say like, oh my God, how can you say that and get offended? No, you're lying to yourself. We know better. So that's what I have to say about Laura Loomer. I think Nick Fuentes was exactly right about what he said about Josh Hammer and Laura Loomer and Mark Levin. He's definitely right, because you don't see them posting about America anymore. You know what they post about? They post about Israel and Israel's agenda. So no, that's not America first. And I will say Laura Loomer always something happened, because Laura Loomer used to be just on, and then she got tainted. Okay, so I don't speak on the past Laura Loomer, because the past Laura Loomer I thought was a powerful presence on social media. You know, to date, she is a hateful, vulgar, angry, bitter, ugly woman, and it shows.
I was gonna say bitch, but you
know,
go with woman.
I know, right? But it shows in how she acts. And somebody who's not bitter and angry and ugly, like a man doesn't want Laura Loomer. You know, no man wants to screw Laura Loomer. I saw her so-called boyfriend at the inaugural. He's some skinny, frail look. He's like a pushover boy. He's like an errand boy. No real man wants to fuck Laura Loomer. She's an ugly troll. She looks like a crow. Okay? Nobody wants to fuck Laura Loomer. You know? Not a real man, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I have never been a Laura Loomer fan. By no means. I haven't actually gone toe to toe with her on the X platform
We've
because
all had to. We've all had to go toe to toe with Laura
because
Loomer.
she's just gone like way off into
Gone.
fucking never land on
Gone.
some shit.
Gone.
And then on the flip side now, she has actually gotten some shit right. I will give credit where credit is due.
I
I
said
always
that.
have. Even to people I don't fucking like.
Right.
If they've nailed it, they've nailed it and they get the credit. And
Exactly.
so she's been about on my scale about 50-50. Okay. I'll give her that. But you're absolutely right. Here in the last 6 months,
I'll give it a
she had,
year.
okay, I could go with that too.
You know?
She has just fucking done like a 180, and it's like, who the fuck are you? I didn't like you before, but I would at least pay some attention to what you said and then decide for myself whether it was bullshit or not. But
Right.
now, just if your lips are moving, I know you're full of shit.
Every time.
100%. Because you're just off the fucking rails. And I have to just completely research everything you say. Before, I could just kind of listen and go, okay, I could buy that and
Right.
not worry about it. And then other times it was like, okay, I got to check that out. Now it's like every time, no, that you're full of fucking shit because you don't even say anything about America at all.
It's so
And
crazy.
when you do back Trump, it has something to do with Israel. Just like you said, it's hey, Israel this because of Trump. Israel this, because Trump's backing that. I'm like, you're tying everything Trump and Israel together.
Together.
I'm like, no, you need to do this. Pull them apart because you're putting Israel first every time, just like all the ones Nick laid out. And I'm not, like I said before, I'm not a fucking fan of his either
Right.
because
Exactly.
he's just
But
like
when
Loomer,
he's spitting, you know,
right?
and he was spitting
Just like Loomer used to be.
Exactly.
When he's on and he's spitting the shit out and he's spitting fact, he's
Yep.
fucking on point. But when
Yep.
he's spitting out bullshit, he's spitting out bullshit. And I'm
Bullshit.
like, and I'll call him out on it. That's
You
fucking
know who
bullshit.
I'm most disappointed in? I
Who's that?
am most disappointed in Leo Terrell because
Yeah,
I have met
yeah.
this man. I have met this man. He's such a sweet, nice man. But then I should have realized from him being as sweet and nice as he was, Leo Terrell doesn't even talk about America anymore. Every post, every
Mm,
communication from Leo Terrell, who is in the civil rights division of
yeah.
the White House, does not talk about civil rights for Americans. Every post is Shabbat Shalom, and I, couldn't
See,
support Israel more. And I realized that Leo Terrell, God bless him, because he's such a sweet man, and he actually did a favor for me one time. Such a sweet man. But I realize that he is that man that whatever you want me to do, Mr. President, that's what I'm going to do. Yes, sir.
he's a
No
yes man.
problem. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Mr. President, it'll be an honor to be at your
Yeah,
service, whatever you need. And that's
yeah,
fine because once you get put in a White House, the president's agenda becomes your agenda. But a black man who's about 5'5", sucking up to Israel daily is to me a betrayal of his manhood. You have to have
yeah,
some type of common sense to say, okay, I can work within the president's agenda, but I still need to have some type of dignity. You
yeah.
don't see the
Maintain your
dignity.
fucking dignity.
You know what I'm saying? You don't see any dignity in Leo Terrell. And my heart breaks for him because he's such a nice, sweet man. But he's that one. Yeah, and when Trump goes out of office, sir, it was my pleasure. I hope I served you correctly. He's going to be that man because that's the moment you should have with the president where you say, everything wasn't right. Everything, no, but Leo gonna say, yes, sir. It was an honor, sir, to be at your mercy and service, sir. That's Leo Terrell, and that hurts me because he's such a nice man, but his dignity is gone. He's my biggest
Yeah,
disappointment.
yeah.
He's
Like I
my
said,
biggest disappointment.
he's a yes man.
Woo, man, I've never seen anything like it before. I just
Hey,
like, where is your manhood and where is your black manhood? I've not seen a black man do that before. I don't care if it was Alan Keyes, Ben Carlson. I've never seen that from a black man before. A black man normally will have some type of sense of self where even if you do have to communicate the president's agenda, you will find a way to say it and still maintain your manhood. And he lost. I've never seen anything like it. Never.
hmm.
Never.
See, we got Hank joined us, and so did Miss Janine. How you doing, Miss Janine? Hank, good to see y'all.
Hey,
Oh,
I can't
look,
see all of that.
y'all some special. Y'all got
Janine.
the Travian dance. Not many folks get that unless it's at the very beginning of the show.
Right.
Y'all some special motherfuckers there. Woo!
Ah,
Uh, but
well,
oh hell, I was gonna say something that you were talking about. Damn it, what was it? You threw me off.
I did.
Is it, yeah, I was gonna say something, and then you were talking, and we were continuing on about that damned. It was Loomer, but I was gonna go into. It was about New York. That I was gonna lead into New York.
Mamamdi or whatever his name is. We
Yeah,
were gonna
yeah.
talk about him.
It was something that was gonna. We were talking about something else. It was leading me into New York, but I forget what the hell it was. But anyway, I was going to go into talk about New York and that election that was coming up on the mayor,
Which he
uh,
is in the lead.
which sucks.
He is in the lead. Can you believe it?
Yeah, now that I don't understand, and I think it was about understanding and people being dumb that we were talking about with this other shit that I was
Right.
going to lead into, but
Right.
uh, yeah, I know that's what it was. And then we continue talking. But anyway, back to what I was talking about, which is the damned idiots in New York City, and well, we were talking about pride right there, and losing your dignity and shit, which is I knew New Yorkers, and I can speak for Miss Silverbell, who is a not born and raised. She's second generation here, but she's Italian, and there's some prideful
Come
folks.
stars.
There's some prideful folks, and they came and settled right there in New York,
Mm.
and that's all that they know New York. They're proud New Yorkers, proud Italian New Yorkers, and they're in Brooklyn. And I met a feller that's in Queens. He's retired Army. And what I'm getting at is they're proud. They're proud New Yorkers, and they can't understand why. One, that this Zoran piece of shit is even in the lead. How, I'm not sure. Of course, we know that the Democrats are propping this motherfucker up because he's a Democrat socialist. He's one of them AOC motherfuckers.
And
And
that recipe works in New York. You
yeah,
know.
why I don't know, because he's
I let me
also
just tell you. I was in New York a week ago, and every coffee shop, every small owned business, or small business, they have they everywhere you go, they have to announce that they're on board with, you know, practice being trans friendly, and trans are welcome here, and we're part of the like the mentality that is projected and people are proud. It's like, I got the COVID shot. You know what I mean? That
well,
mentality is in New York. And I don't know how it got there, but it's there and it's everywhere. So
you're in Manhattan, by the way.
yeah, yeah. I was in
That's
Manhattan.
why.
Yeah.
That's why. That's talking with Silverbell, and she's taught me this. That's how I knew to ask that question. And that's how I knew exactly what part of New York City you were in, because they call that the city. The other four boroughs are not the suburbs, but like they're the outskirts.
They're
But
right.
Manhattan,
Well, at the end
all
of the
the other
day,
four
Brooklyn
boroughs
is the real
are,
New York.
yeah,
Brooklyn is the real New York. You know what I mean? Like it's
yes,
changed
yeah,
now. They've got Williamsburg and all this. But if you really wanted to know who New Yorkers were, you would go to Brooklyn because they represented. You had Staten Island, you got Long Island, but nobody represented New York like people from Brooklyn.
right.
And
And
um,
they call Manhattan, that's the city. And that's where
right,
all the liberals are, and
yep,
all them fucked up people. That's why you saw that
everywhere.
mentality and all that shit. That's why I knew you were in Manhattan. I knew
Yep.
exactly which borough to ask for. And that's the ones that we're trying to switch, and they're not going to. So we have to get the other four boroughs enough up off their ass and awake enough to go, why am I voting for Cuomo? Which
Exactly.
that's what surprises me.
Exactly.
It's not so much of a surprise to me that those dumbasses in Manhattan are going for the Democrat socialist,
Right.
because they're just stupid. They're just ignorant. But what does surprise me is the amount of people that are voting for the granny killer. The motherfucker has a death toll of over 16,000 elderly people, and that can be proven.
Yeah.
And he
Well,
just
I don't
walked
even
away
know
from
who,
it.
nobody's voting for Cuomo. Nobody's vote. Actually, Silva is going to do better than Cuomo. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Sliwa's going to do better, and I
You
know that.
know,
But
so
this is the part that really pisses me off: is all these supposedly MAGA people, in, influencers and shit, these big accounts. They are,
exactly. He should not be running. You are exactly right.
yes, yeah, all these big MAGA accounts and influencers and shit on X and stuff are they're posting shit all over the place about how Sliwa should pull out. And it's too late now, obviously.
Yeah. Right.
But they have been posting for months about Sliwa should pull out. He shouldn't be in the race. He's ruining it for Cuomo. He should pull out so that everybody should and go vote for Cuomo. What kind of, one, conservative, two, Republican, and if you call yourself America First or MAGA, why are you even suggesting that shit when
Exactly.
there is still a Republican, a conservative Republican that is a born and raised New Yorker that's been there and lived there his entire life, started the
Yeah.
Guardian Angels when he was a teenager, and has done nothing but support and defend his city since he was a teenager. And you're gonna try to force him out of the damn race in
Exactly.
lieu in order to support a fucking Democrat that has already gotten his ass beat by a damn Muslim Democrat socialist that wants to push socialism, Sharia law, and all of that other shit, and has publicly said he wanted to. As far as I'm concerned, you're a fake MAGA. You're a piece of shit. You don't
Yep.
need to be a Republican or a conservative. Just turn in your shit and go ahead and register as a Democrat and get the fuck out of my face. They have done pissed me off, and fuck them. And I hope they're tuned in listening, and that's for you.
G, roll the clip.
USA! 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 No communist! No communism! No communist! Our churches! New York City will not have communism! We will not elect a communist mayor! Cuomo for mayor of New York City!
Cuomo, what?
He is a liar. His religion allows him to lie.
Yeah.
Well,
Did that
he's a
motherfucker say Cuomo
liar.
for mayor?
He's a liar.
Did that one somebody say Cuomo for mayor?
Yeah, she is. She sure said it.
Toting around a MAGA sign. And hey G, can you just pull the post back up? You don't have to play the clip. I just want to see the post if you don't mind. MAGA voice. Put that shit up. MAGA voice. And that motherfucker sure shit said Cuomo for mayor. That's the shit I'm talking about.
Yep. It's
That is
they
the
don't feel they
exact
have
shit I
any
was just talking
choices.
about.
They don't feel they have any choices. That's the problem. You know, they
They
don't
do
feel they
have a
have,
choice.
you know, and so they just go with, the lesser of the two evils.
That's what got
Gator?
us here, Trey. That's what got us in the fucking problem
Yep.
we're in right now.
No
Nationwide,
question.
not just
No
New York
question.
City. That type of thinking is what got us in the fucking problem we're in right now. Years
Period.
and years of that mindset
Period.
got us in the problem we're in right now. That's why I got California in the shit they're in. That's why I
Yep.
got all these other states that are going, oh, we're so fucked up. They did it to themselves by that fucking mindset of thinking and voting.
That
And
part.
they're like, well, how did we get this way? Your fucking dumbasses did it to yourselves.
They sure did. Gator, I got to get out of here. Laverne says she'll be here in 5 minutes.
Hey, I can do enough bitching for all of us.
I know you gonna get. I got a
I'll
clip
hold
for
it
you.
down.
I got a clip for you. So G, roll that clip so Gator can talk about it. I'll see y'all
I can
next
tell
week.
it like
Peace
it is,
out.
baby.
All right, bye
Good
bye.
seeing you, my darling.
Bye bye.
Oh, she looks mad.
The left is so funny. Workers who don't work, students who don't study, educators who don't educate, and politicians who cannot lead, so they buy votes instead. But somehow they figured it out. They create dependence and call it compassion. They create victims and call it justice. Create laziness and call it equality. And a bunch of dumb people fall for that. Yesterday, I made a video about how crazy it is that more than 40 million people here in America are relying on food stamps to get their basic groceries. And then as I did more research, I found out that in Brazil, my home country, we have more than 94 million people receiving some sort of benefit from the government. That's almost half of the country. And this scares me really, because I know how things work in Brazil and I know votes are completely bought. These people are going to vote for the ones who keep their checks coming in. And I feel like the same thing is happening now here in America. And now I'm going to say something that is controversial but shouldn't be. I don't think these people should vote. Honestly, how can you vote freely when you're being bought? Welfare was
Good,
supposed to be a
good.
temporary help, but it's become a lifestyle. Worse than that, it's become a political strategy. And that is not compassion. That's control disguised as kindness. The
Very good point. She brings up very good points. And I do like the idea that she had. If they get benefits like that, they can be bought. And they probably should not be allowed to vote. I like that. And I also believe that it should not be it Miss I got a text there from Miss Laverne. She goes, handle it, Gator. I got this, Miss Laverne. Don't you worry about it, honey. I got it. So back to that clip. And she does have a point about them people getting them handouts. It is a way of them being bought because they're gonna pay they're gonna vote for them people that's giving them handouts. And they should go back to the temporary situation, which is what the program was initially meant to be, was temporary. And there's people that's been on that program their whole life, and it's become generational. And just like Section 8 housing has become generational, they should have to qualify for it. And the qualifications should be lessened and more strict, which is what RFK is trying to do. He's trying to take all that junk food off there and just get it down to the basics, like WIC, for example. WIC is a good program, and it only sends out the basic that the newborn needs. And EBT or SNAP should do the same thing. Just your basic nutritional food that is for the family, not all this bullshit. And they're even allowed, I've read in places where you can take a cruise with your EBT card, which that is some serious bullshit. And I've also noticed all these people that are planning on rioting and shit. Have you noticed how fat them motherfuckers are? How do you get that damn fat on EBT? I ain't seen any one of them that's bitching and talking about stealing the motherfucker's food that is less than 250 pounds. That's fucking crazy. They need to go back to checking the qualifications on some of these people and see if they even still qualify. It should be, it really should be, you know, just like getting workers' comp or unemployment, same thing. You got to try to look for a job. If you can't get a job, then you can still get your EBT. It all should go together because you need a job to buy the food. So these people are just collecting their damn their free food and say, well, I don't need to get a job. They're going to give me free food. I don't need to worry about getting a job to buy food. They're going to give it to me. Nope. You should have to turn in paperwork once a month, just like for unemployment. Is that okay? I tried to get, I got this many jobs I applied for, or this many jobs I went on an interview for. That should be part of getting your EBT and your SNAP card, or your EBT card and your SNAP benefits and all that. If you're collecting these things, a job should be one of the qualifications that you maintain. Trying to get a job to get these benefits. That should be for every benefit you try to get. A job it should be for one of the things you have to turn in monthly to the benefit place to when you go down there to get your stuff. Is I have tried to get a job, and they should be have to have 2 or 3 a week, however many that the requirement is, 2 or 3 a week. Say these are the applications I put in, or these are the jobs I looked into to qualify to get a bare minimum a job qualification to get your unemployment, your EBT or SNAP, your WIC, your workers' comp, all them things. You should have to, as bare minimum, looking for a job. I know there should be other ones. Right now, I can't think of them. I can't think of anything else, G. You got any other clips back there, G? I've done lost track of what that young lady said about anything else, but we'll go with another clip, brother.
No, $15,000 in food stamps and $5,000 in cash money monthly.
Every month they're getting that.
Yes, and they're getting 6 months free rent. But this was the first time I heard about it. Now I've heard it's 2 years free rent, getting Section 8 first prioritized before the citizens.
Wow. So the Venezuelan migrants that are coming in here, they are getting 6 months free rent,
$1,000
$15,000
in
in
food stamps.
food stamps, and on a credit card, $5,000.
Cash. how do people in Chicago feel about that?
Well, people are angry because there's a lot of people, you know, that need help with Medicaid and food stamps, and they get rejected.
Tell me about the people that you've seen on the streets collecting clothes.
By my house, there's a Walgreens. There's a lot of families that go stand by the door with a pamphlet saying they need money and food. And they're Venezuelans getting money. And then they go in the bus and don't pay. Go in the trains, don't pay. And they're not getting in trouble for none of the wrong things they're doing.
They can commit a crime or steal or something and nothing happens to them.
Nothing happens. They get away with everything. By my house, a car passed by. It said Venezuela in the back. No, in the front windshield said Venezuela, and on the side of the window it said Chandel Rockwood. And they drove by my house.
Oh shit. Trinidad. Now I know I didn't hear that right, but I did. They're getting 6 months free rent in the house that they put them up in. They're getting $15,000. I'm guessing that was a month in food stamps, SNAP. And then on top of that, there we go, thank you. And $5,000 cash, priority on Section 8 housing, while the actual citizens, now this was illegals, that's what I thought, this was illegals. And while the citizens of Chicago are just still getting fucked. That is one of the, and we thought Lori Lightfoot was bad. That Johnson is seriously has got to be the worst mayor. Now we already know Pritzker's a piece of shit, but I didn't think they could do worse than Lori Lightfoot for a mayor of Chicago. But apparently they did. Damn. Trump needs to go on ahead and he needs to send in the National Guard and just wrap that shit up. Go ahead and arrest that mayor. Arrest the governor. He just needs to stop fucking around and start arresting people and stop talking about it. Because that kind of shit is what's happening. And then the citizens of Chicago are the ones taking it on the chin. And I'm sorry there, Mr. President. You're still my president, but we're getting tired of listening to, all I need to hear is somebody to call for help. I heard you say that. I listened to you give that speech or give that interview to the press and say those very words. And I've listened to many people in Chicago in their videos posted on X say, we need help. Well, my question to you, Mr. President, is how many fucking times do you need to hear them say we need help? You said you needed to hear it. Well, how many fucking times do you need to hear it before you send help? That's what I want to know. I think that's what they want to know. I'm pretty sure that's what the people listening here want to know. So they have told you they need help. So why don't you go ahead and send some fucking help and stop talking about it? I'd be grateful. I know the people in Chicago would be grateful. And there's many other cities around here that need help. They would be grateful. There's been many promises made. We're ready for some promises kept. You kept some of them already. It's time to keep doing that. And especially when they got Trinidad right there on their fucking car. They're announcing, hey, come arrest me and deport my ass. Let's get to it. And I want to, over here in the comments, I was reading where Miss Janine addressed me here. There it is. It's a political platform that, there it is. Thanks, sir. I can read it a little better. Okay, I'm assuming you were talking about the SNAP and the food benefits, because that was a little bit back when you said that. For U.S. Senate in, that's Michigan, is going around saying Medicare for all. Can you put down there, Miss Janine, who we talking about, so I can bitch about him too? He's Islam. He's a jihadist. It don't surprise me. More dangerous than Mandemi. But if you just let me know who he is, ma'am, and we'll go right on about bitching at him. Because, yeah, I know Michigan is in the tight spot. They got Islamists all over the place up there, Dearborn especially. And as far as Michigan goes, I actually personally know and endorse, my organization does, Patriots United. We endorse the gubernatorial candidate, Anthony Hudson. Got tongue tied there for a minute. Anthony Hudson, he's running for governor of Michigan, and he has a good, solid plan. He was on my podcast for Town Hall Tuesday sometime back and laid out his plan for Michigan, and he has got a solid plan to take care of Dearborn and a lot of the other places that have that kind of shit going on in Michigan. He's going to clean up Michigan, and he actually calls it Fix Michigan. And he goes by Tony, so he says Anthony for governor. Why not? Why not is Tony spelled backwards. Abdul El Saeed. Well, yeah, that's damn sure a Muslim motherfucker right there. And Islam. The name says it all. And he's running for governor. He said he's running for governor or Senate. Yeah, Senate, you said, in Michigan. Well, we definitely need to fix that shit. I have to give my boy Tony a call and find out who. Yeah, we'll have to do some research into him. My pen over here, so I can make sure to look him up, find out who is running against him. And we'll do our best to fix that. Insurance benefits, Medicare, etc. Okay. He's the one running around saying that Medicare is going, he's pushing that same old bullshit that the insurance benefits and Medicare are going to get cut off and taken away and all that. Is that his line of bullshit he's pushing? Which is just that, it's bullshit. And it's been explained many times that that's not what's happening. What's happening is the people that are on Medicare that are not supposed to be there, i.e., all the illegals and undocumented, like they like to call them up there. But the people that are here that ain't supposed to be here, that are receiving Medicare, that they tell you that are not, but yes, they are, they're getting removed. And that was in the big, beautiful bill. So January 1st, they are getting removed off of the insurance and Medicare and all of that. That is the people that are getting removed. The Democrats are twisting all of that shit around and saying the Medicare insurance benefits are being cut. Yes, they are. For all them illegal bastards that ain't supposed to be here that are receiving it because the Biden administration just added them onto it when they got here and said, oh, hey, here's your free insurance too, along with your free cell phone and your credit card with $5,000 on it. Yeah, they gave them Medicare. And in the big, beautiful bill that was passed finally without any Democrat support, that is specifically in there to cut Medicare and Medicaid for them illegals. That is what is being cut with or from Medicare. And I just went through that and studied on that and learned that for my personal knowledge and for my organization. So yes, all that shit that he's throwing out there is just that. It's bullshit. And for him to be a doctor is that's even more hypocritical and bullshit. And he should actually have his damn doctor's license suspended at minimum, revoked at best. Yeah, like Miss Janine just said. Yes, typical dim bullshit, which is exactly what it is. And he's not unhinged like Mandami. That makes him dangerous. It's because if he's not unhinged, then he's going to be a smooth talking snake oil salesman, and that's scary because if he's a smooth silver tongued devil, people are going to believe him. So that's going to be a problem. That's going to be dangerous. So we're here to tell you that the Medicare benefits, like I just said, and I can't repeat it enough, are not being cut for the average American citizen or any American citizen as far as that goes. Naturalized, natural born. If you're an American citizen, you're not losing your Medicare. If you're not here legally, meaning your ass snuck in and is still avoiding getting deported and have Medicare, stand by, motherfucker. Your shit's getting cut. Because you're on record somewhere with having Medicare and they have it on file and your files are getting pulled and thrown in the burn pit. You're done. Anybody else got anything in here? Let me look, see that I need to address. Nope, I don't see anybody with any questions. So, but if you do have any questions, just throw them up in there in the comments. Gio catch them and throw them on the screen for me to see. Okay, then I guess we'll roll with another clip there, G, if you got one.
Okay, y'all gonna want to hear this because this is coming November 1st. If you are receiving SNAP EBT by November 1st, you're gonna have to start working 80 hours a month just for you to collect your food stamps. So all that staying home, chilling, hanging out, it's time to wrap that shit the fuck up. Because now you got to go to work. Okay? And this is not for the ones that are handicapped, that can't work at all. This is for those young parents that are able to work, but they decide to stay home, be lazy, and collect food stamps and cash. Right? The taxpayers are paying your rent and shit. But this is what's coming November 1st. Now, I don't know Is it because of the shutdown of the government? But I've been telling you guys that this is coming for a very long time. So now you guys got to get your ass up and go work. And you can't complain. It's 80 hours a month. Okay? Not per week. A month. So you still get to chill. But now you still got to get up early in the morning. Take your ass to work. Work for a couple of hours. It is what it is. I told you guys this shit was coming. And it's here. November 1st. So get ready. You heard it here first. Don't forget to follow.
That's what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, I was just talking about that. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. That exactly. And Miss Janine just put in there that she's right too. We have created a state of dependent recipients, and it's because of the structure of the welfare system. The whole damn thing needs to be revamped and redone and rewritten. She is absolutely correct, Miss Janine. She's a friend of mine, and I hold that dear to me as well, which is why I mentioned it. Has been on point today, and she normally is at all times, and I respect her opinions. But she's right again. They need to revamp that whole system. There's a lot of programs out there that do need to be revamped and looked into, and this is just another one of them. And once they get it straightened out and they get their shit together, it will work properly if they mind the store and watch it and don't let it get bloated and overrun and used. And when I say used, I mean used in the wrong way. Then it'll roll smooth, and the people that need it and deserve it will get it. Not the dregs of society and the leeches that don't and are just too fucking lazy and are just looking for a handout instead of a hand up. Then it won't get bloated and all fucked up again. So it starts with the program and honest people to run the program. Because if it's not done that way, then you're just going to end up with the same fucked up situation you had to begin with. So, like I said, that's a great statement right there about the system created the problem because the system is fucked up. And the people running the system, the bureaucracy that's running the system, fucked it up. And now we need to, after November 1st, when it shuts down, it needs to be looked at, overhauled, and revamped. And hopefully whatever's coming out of it at the end, when it's redone and redone properly, then it can be reinstituted, and the new regulations or rules in place can be implemented, and then the system will eventually work itself out and settle out, and it'll all be fine. Now, all this is going to take time, so hopefully it don't take too much time. But with the shutdown, everything should work out. The shutdown is the best thing that's ever happened to us, to be honest with you. Let's see, what was that? Oh, that clip. What the hell was that clip? Anyway, I done forgot. I got to run in my damn mouth and forgot what that clip was. Just all you gotta do is just show it to me, and then I'll remember what we were talking about. What was that damn clip? Oh, he was talking about what I was talking. Never mind, I remember. G, you don't have to show it to me. He was talking about what I was talking about. Having to actually have rules to get your shit. And the job thing, which I hadn't seen that clip before, and I liked it. You know, if you don't have a job, like he was talking about, you have to, like I said before, you have to turn in just like you do to collect your unemployment. There's rules to get unemployment. You have to show that you applied or put in applications to get a job, to continue to receive your unemployment. Now, when I retired from the Navy, I retired in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and Mississippi, to get unemployment, not that I applied for it when I retired because I did not qualify, nor would I apply for this shit to begin with because I didn't need it. But I knew people that were friends of mine, civilians, that would get laid off from the shipyards or whatever, and they would have to go file for unemployment. So that's how I know the rules. They would have to apply in a 7-day week. They would have to apply to at least 5 jobs in a week to get their unemployment. That's 5 jobs in a week to get their unemployment in the state of Mississippi. Now that's a job in itself, applying for a fucking job. That would mean you have to apply for a job, and you could apply online. That was a qualification. That was allowed. But you would have to be able to pull it up on your phone and show where you applied. You'd have to prove that you applied. But still, that's one a day during the work week, Monday through Friday. I mean, you can still do it on Saturday and Sunday if you did it on your phone or computer, but I mean that was a task. But still, I would say you'd have to do that at least to qualify for your fucking EBT. And if you do, one of your applications do go through and you do get a job, like that man said, if that's not already a rule, yeah. I mean, 80 hours a month. I mean, come on. Who can't pull that shit off? I know people that work 80 hours a fucking week. And when I retired, I went right back to work, working in the shipyards. I worked offshore on the oil rigs. And this was after I retired with disabilities. I still went back to work until I physically couldn't do it anymore. And then said, fuck it, I got to quit. But I worked on the oil rigs. I worked in the shipyards. And we would put down 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And now they're just being required 80 hours a fucking month. Are you kidding me? And they're going to bitch about doing that shit? That's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I believe they should have to do that. They should have to put in some fucking time to get money. But anyway. But again, the systems, and there's many other programs out there that need to be revamped and looked at. And that should be going on right now by those motherfuckers that are still getting paid during the shutdown. Whether the government is working or not, they're still getting paid. So it's my firm belief that if you're getting paid, you better be working. Because you better earn your money. Unless you have a disability or something that prevents you from working, then you better be working to earn the money you're getting. Let's see, what does Mr. Jean have to say? Exactly. Yes, ma'am. Honest people, honest oversight, accountability. Exactly. Every program that the government has needs exactly that. Honest people running it with honest oversight, with accountability, and the program will run just fine. And if you can still find some, you need a nonpartisan person to do it. Now I know them people are hard to find, but if you could actually find some nonpartisan people to do the programs, that would be ideal because they hold no allegiance to either side. But good luck finding some of them sons of bitches because I don't think they exist anymore. Yeah, yeah. Let's see, Miss Janine right there is that person that needs to be hired to do it, or not hired because she just said she would help do the shit for free. So they need about 100 Miss Janines to go up there and fix all them programs because she knows all about the shit. That's what she does. And she can fix all of it. But see, there's not enough of her to go around. And because she could do it, they'll tell her no. It's just like anybody else. Anybody else that has the knowledge to fix something, they're going to tell them no. Because it's the government. And trust them, they're from the government. They're here to help. And if you ever hear those words, fucking turn around and run. Oh, damn it. Oh, need to welcome Miss Deborah. Welcome. I just seen you pop up there, ma'am. Good to see you. I'm still waiting on Miss Laverne. I'm not used to doing a solo show. Usually I have at least a damn co-host, but that's all right. Me and G got this shit. What else you got for me, G? Got anything else? We're gonna run out of clips before we get Miss Laverne in here. Oh, look at that ugly motherfucker. He looks like a cockroach. You know, he looks like.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Somalia. Hiran State. Mawisle. Early voting was hadda illa November 4. I need your vote. I need you. Hadan Udkina, hello. We're gonna win.
I don't know what to say about that. Not that, well, what I do want to say will probably get me shut down, run off, blowed up, shot at, something. But what I do want to say is that not that he don't look like a roach. He looked like one of them praying mantises, that fucking head of his. But no, there ain't no way. He should not even be allowed to run for any political position, any office at all, simply for the fact that he's doing that shit. And if you're going to sit there and you're going to praise and call out another country and then talk to your supporters in a foreign language, which was Somalian, is what I guess is what they say. I don't give a fuck what they call it. But you're going to speak to them in your foreign tongue and then ask for their support. I need you. to vote for me on November 4th to be the mayor of a U.S. city. No, I'm sorry. That shit doesn't fly. There's no way that motherfucker should even be on the ballot. He should not even be allowed to be on the ballot. And that's an Obama thing right there, because that's the whole reason Minneapolis and Minnesota itself is the way it is because Obama hauled all their asses in here and dropped them off right there. Tens of thousands of them. I think at last estimate, I think it was 50 or 60,000 of them that he put right there. Refugees. And dropped them right there. That's how we got the brother fucker in Congress, Ilhan Omar. That's how she got elected to Congress, because all them Somalis are in that district and they voted for her. And yep, that's right, shipmate. Obama is a traitor, abso-fucking-lutely. And he put them all right there. And that's how Minnesota is just going straight to shit. Or it isn't going, it is there. And that's where old Ilhan Omar came from. And that's where this little praying mantis cockroach looking fucker is coming from. And it'll be just another Muslim mayor. And I don't know if y'all have seen those there's different videos out there of where they list and show all of the Muslim mayors in England. There was like 9 of them in major major English cities, London being one of them, that has a Muslim mayor. And they've got, I forget how many thousands of mosques in England. And the schools are now required to teach Islam, the history or something about Islam. They're required to teach that in school now. And all kinds of shit. That's in England. And all this stems from them spreading like a fucking disease. Hey, you're right again, shipmate. The UK needs an enema. Sure does. And we're not far from needing one our damn selves. So for all you sons of bitches out there that ain't awake yet, you need to wake the fuck up, because y'all are out there voting for this shit. You need to stop voting for this shit, because all you're doing is you're fucking yourself and the kids that are coming up behind you. And if you have kids, you're doing it to them. So think. Use common sense. Make common sense great again, because it damn sure ain't common anymore. Shit. I could go on and on about the UK. Oh, speaking of the UK, just real quick, did you know that the old King Chuck over there, King Chuck III, he is actually the sovereign of 15 countries? He's not just the King of England. or the king of the UK, the United Kingdom. He's the king of 14 others. Sure enough, he's also the king or the sovereign, which is the same as a king of Canada. The Prime Minister of Canada, he has to swear allegiance to old King Chuck. When he is sworn in as Prime Minister, he is sworn in and swears allegiance to the crown, old King Chuck. He's also the sovereign of, or king of, Australia, the Jamaica, the Bahamas, yep, right here off the coast of my state. The Solomon Islands, the ones that made that deal with China. That's he's the sovereign of them islands. Who else? There's a couple of them down there, a few more down in the Caribbean. Trying to think of the major ones. I think all the ones down around Australia, New Zealand. Oh no, there's 15 of them though. You can look that up. Just go ahead and ask your AI to save yourself some time. I don't believe in AIs, or I don't trust them, but just ask them; it'll give you the quick answer. There's 15 of them. Yep. See, again, there's old Miss Janine on fucking point. She's on point today, boys and girls. Right there, Australia, New Zealand. See, she knows. Told you, Miss Janine's hot. She's on point. Yep. That's right. There you go, shipmate. The Falklands. There's one I forgot. Yeah, and Miss Silverbell. She's on point. She always is. That's the co-host of my show. And yeah, she can help. She can help straighten that shit out. Okay, Miss Janine, but what do you want to hold a space on? I'm all about it. Matter of fact, I have a space tonight, a civic space. It's going to be on The American Crisis by Thomas Paine. But I'm sure we can fit something in about it. You just let me know. We can do this. But yeah, that's a little tidbit of information about good old King. Let's see. What else we got? What else we got, G? We got anything, or am I eating up all your videos, sir? Oh, I have to check. See if that was Miss Laverne. Okay. Miss Laverne is not going to make it with us, but we can do this one. I've seen him before.
This is now the backbone of the American economy, and this is the guy who runs it, and it's not good. OnlyFans is by far the most profitable company in America. The company generates $156 million per employee. Compare that with all these other companies that we think of as powerhouses like NVIDIA, the chip maker, or Alphabet, Google, Walt Disney, Walmart. Not even close. And so just think about the implications. What happens to society when we have an economy built off of getting normal people to do and consume adult content? Well, first we get mass loneliness, where men are dropping thousands of dollars on OnlyFans to just feel some kind of human connection with women. And on the other side, the girls are getting their soul sucked out of them. This particular creator says that she feels dead inside, doesn't feel any attraction to men anymore. Yeah, men and women don't want to have actual intimacy anymore. Look at the numbers. Only 37% of adults are having sex weekly or more, compared to 55% in 1990. In fact, the lack of social connection is more deadly than smoking 15 cigarettes a day, or drinking, or not working out, being obese, and much, much worse than air pollution. And just to top it all off, the #1 donor of AIPAC is the CEO of OnlyFans. Okay, Leonid Radvinsky, the billionaire owner of OnlyFans, according to internal documents, he and his wife pledged $11 million to AIPAC, the most of anyone listed.
I mean, is Iran a bigger threat or is OnlyFans?
That is a great question, Tucker. You guys let me know what you think.
Well, I can tell you what I think, and it's going to be very easy. OnlyFans is basically, if it were put on X, it'd be clickbait. Of course, it's the biggest donor to AIPAC because the fucker that owns it, or the CEO or whatever, he's Jewish, and that's been proven on other videos that is all over X. So yes, he's going to donate to AIPAC, and you can look at all the other porn sites and stuff like that are out there. They're also owned. The porn industry itself is owned by the Jews and the Jewish community. You can go look it up. It's no secret. And they all donate to AIPAC. So you can just go look that up. That's no secret. But back to the OnlyFans thing. It makes so much money, and it's such a big industry because of these people that are complaining about being the women are complaining about having the soul sucked out of them, and they feel so down and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's your own fucking fault. You went in there and decided to show your business. That's on you. That's a you problem. You did it, and you can get out and you can leave. On the flip side of that, the men are feeling less interested in sex and less interested in women and less interested in this and less in that. But well, that also is a fucking you problem. You did that to yourself. You're spending money on a screen that has a woman on the other side of it that don't want to fucking be there, but is there at her own behest. She did that to herself. You're doing it to yourself. It's a fucking you problem that you can fix by just fucking stop paying the money. So you did it to yourself. So don't expect me or anybody else to fucking feel sorry for your ass. And everybody wonders, well, how are they making so much more money over these other companies? Well, fucking duh, you did it. So how is the Democrats getting so much money donated to them? How is the Democrats and the AIPAC getting so much money? You did it. That's how. You did it. That poor soulless woman that feels so bad about showing her business. Quit. Stop. Just stop. And don't tell me you're addicted to showing your tits. If you were, then you can go to every spring break and just show them. And then have the guys throw money at you and you keep the money. Because you know OnlyFans is taking a cut of all your shit. If you're so addicted to showing off your shit, go work at a damn strip bar and keep the tips and get thrown on the damn stage. For fuck's sake. And you guys that apparently are addicted to porn, you're just a sick bastard. And if you're that bad addicted, then you deserve to lose your fucking money. And I hope you lose your fucking wife. Because you're just a sick fucking bastard. So you need to quit and get some help. And I'm going to get off my fucking high horse about that shit. And as far as that goes, G, I got the 2 texts from Miss Laverne, and she said she is not going to be able to make it today, and that I will be able to close anytime I wish. So I would like to read these last few things from Miss Janine, because she asked me to. Well, I'll be able to read these after you close, right? So if I can read the chat, the comments after you close, we can just go ahead and wrap this up, sir, and call her a day, because it's just me. And I would like to thank everybody for putting up with just me. And I'm sorry that Miss Laverne couldn't make it. She's busy. She's busy doing what Miss Laverne does and helping the community, because she's got a big heart and she can't be everywhere at once. And she couldn't be here with us today because she's doing her good deeds everywhere else. So we will bless Miss Laverne and all the good deeds she's doing out there for the rest of the world. And I like to say she left it in good hands, but she left it to me, so that's the best she could come up with. But I was happy to be here in her place, and I hope I did her right. And I appreciate y'all being here, and y'all have yourselves a blessed day. And that's it for me there, G.
Hi, I'm Laverne Spicer, and I'm asking for your support today. Thousands of Americans struggle to get food, and they wonder where their next meal is going to come from. But I'm here, been working with them for over 25 years to provide food to people that need it the most, right here at our community food bank. So today, I'm asking you for your support. Please provide a contribution to help make a real difference in our community and to help us feed people. And you can do it right here. Donate today on Cash App, and you will see the link above.